Good day. Now that's a knife. I've been getting some knives lately, along with some other things. This knife is one of my newest additions to my collection, and it is strictly just for my collection. It's a reveiw. Doesn't give you much more on that. Reveiw is a very good brand as far as I'm concerned. This is the first large knife by them. I've owned several of their little knives. Now look at this really quick. Just look at this little knife. This is just a little kind of Boy Scout style camp knife, more of a traditional one. It's got that little blade. It's got an old-timey bottle opener. It's got an awl and stuff. But if you look at the fit and finish, it's very, very tight. Now, the nearest knife brand I can compare this knife to is a Case, but it's not. If you got a knife like this made by Case, you're talking probably $50 or better. This one cost me $12.99 shipping, or free shipping. That's with free shipping, $12.99, so $13. And I've owned several of these. I've given them away as gifts, and everyone has liked them. This one cost me $38 free shipping, and it's a beast. It's got almost a 12-inch handle. It's got a 5 1/4 or 5 3/8 handle. It's called the reveiw 2006 Bowie, leather stacked Bowie. Now, some of Reveiw's stuff will have a more elaborate name, like the Thomas Jefferson something commemorative Bowie knife. And some of them don't have the best fit and finish. I have seen reviews on them. This one, though, is very, very nice. Now, I've been sitting here doing this for probably about the last 30 minutes because this is probably take 4 of this video. My kids are out here. I've got a rooster crowing and stuff like that in my backyard. But right out of the box, this knife came sharp. You can get up there, you can choke up on the handle, you can carve, you can chop, you can throw sparks, 90-degree spine. You know, I don't know if it's 420 or 440 steel. It doesn't say on the box, and I didn't find it. I saw different knives by them that of this size that had both. Either one is fine for a field knife. I have not found a destruction test on any of their large knives. It is a hidden tang, which so are like the Outback knives that cost $300. You know, so $300 versus $38, but I've seen those Outback knives. They're almost indestructible, the blades are, but they actually come down. They're about this wide, then they neck down to about an inch wide tang, but then about 3/4 of the way down, they go down to a rat or nail tang, and I've actually seen where they break at that point. They're repairable, but they'll break. So I don't know what kind of abuse this one could take, but I'm not going to find out, because this is one of the rare cases where this knife is just a wall hanger. I got it and I was like, man, that's really too big for me to do anything with. And I like to use big knives, but that foot-long blade. But then the more I dealt or handled it and everything, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it for my collection. Here's the sheath that came with, and it is a nice sheath. I mean, it's got the kind of the Western style, you know, with the little tassel there. It's got a very generous leather belt loop. It does have a snap retention strap, but this knife, it will hold this knife without it. Now, I don't know, you know, how that would affect it over time as it got broken in, but in this case, it's probably not going to find out. The stitching is actually very nice compared to other knife sheaths. That I just did one on a Cisco Bowie, and I'm kind of worried about that, but this one's very, very clean and crisp. So for 38 bucks, you know, if you are a collector and you haven't looked at these, there are guys who collect like the Timber Rattler Bowie knives, which are also like 420 steel. And they use them. I mean, they beat on them and stuff, and they hold up. The only problem with, like, say 440 or 420 is they have a lower, like 420 has a lower carbon content, at least to my understanding. That's how it works. Is 420 is softer than 440, but it is more rust resistant because it has less carbon in it. Basically boils down to you just have to sharpen your knife, which you're going to have to anyways, no matter what it's made out of. It's just whether or not you have to sharpen it more often. I have had knives with 420 steel blades, and they hold up. They're fine. But like that, I just have to sharpen them more often. A lot of that too is the heat treat. So anyways, the Rough Rider 2006 leather stacked Bowie knife. If I look at like want to get a larger knife again, I'll definitely look at this brand. eBay, $12.99 free shipping, $38 free shipping. I mean, you can't beat that. Anyways, I'm going to go on to the next one. I've got some other projects I'm doing out here, so we'll see you later.